Good morning students. Once again welcome you all in this English class. Students, today we will do lesson number 10 of your first flight book, that is Sermon at Benares. The key to enlightenment is the way of the Buddha. So students, first I am giving you a little introduction of the lesson. The Sermon at Benares throws light upon the early life of Lord Buddha, who was originally born as a prince in the royal family. On being exposed to the sufferings of the world, which he has earlier shielded from, he left his priesthood and went in search of salvation, thus leaving all the worldly pleasures behind. Upon attaining spiritual awakening, he gave his first sermon in the city of Benares, hereby making a lady named Kisa Gautami realize that men are mortal and a wise person should not grieve at what is bound to happen, for it only enhances pain and suffering. So students, I am going to start the explanation of the lesson. Please listen it carefully. Gautam Buddha was born to a North Indian royal family as a prince and was named Siddharth Gautam. He was sent to a faraway place when he was 12 years old to study Hindu sacred scriptures, and upon returning 4 years later he got married to a princess. Soon they both had a son and they continued to live the royal life for about 10 years. The royals were shielded from all the unpleasant experiences of the world until the prince met a sick man, an aged man, a funeral procession, and a monk looking for alms. These experiences acted as eye-openers for him, and thus he left all the royalty behind to seek a higher sense of spiritual knowledge. Gautam Buddha went in search of enlightenment for about 7 years before he finally came across a peepal tree and chose to sit under it till he became awakened. When he finally attained salvation after 7 days, he decided to retitle the tree as the Bodhi tree, which means the tree of wisdom, and he himself came to be known as Buddha, which means the awakened. He even began preaching his new realization, and his first sermon was given in the city of Benares. The city of Benares is known to be sacred as it resides on the banks of the river Ganga. The first sermon he gave was preserved and is famous till date. It is given below as well. It gives a new perspective to men's unending sufferings. It talks about a lady named Kisa Gautami, whose son had recently died, struck with unending pain and sorrow. She took her son door to door requesting for a wonder drug that could bring his son back to life. Quite obviously, everyone thought that the lady had lost her ability to think clearly. Going on from door to door, she finally came across a man who could not offer any medicine but let led her to Sakyamuni, the Buddha. Filled with hope, the lady visited Gautam Buddha and begged him for a cure for her child. Poor Kisa Gautami went just as the man said. Gautam Buddha had a solution. He asked Kisa Gautami to get a handful of mustard seed. Restored with hope, Kisa Gautami thought it would be very simple task until Lord Buddha instilled a condition that the mustard seed must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent or friend. Once again, Kisa Gautami went from door to door, but this time she was looking for mustard seeds. Many had mustard seeds to offer, but none of them could fulfill Lord Buddha's condition of having seen no deaths in the family. Upon being asked, people requested her not to remind them of their deepest griefs. Unfortunately, she could not find a suitable home to get mustard seeds for his son. All hope was lost for Kisa Gautami. And thus, in extreme anguish and pain, she found herself a place to ponder at the edge of the road. She continuously watched city lights blinking and observed them till there was just darkness all around. After deep reflection, she realized that man's fate was just like these city lights that flicker and extinguish repeatedly. The cycle of birth and death is nature's way of working. Suddenly, she became conscious as to how selfish she had been in her sorrow, and that one who was born must rest eternally. Men are mortal, and the ones that are immortals have covered a path free from all worldly pleasures. According to Lord Buddha, the life of mortals is troubled because they have not made peace with the fact that the one who is born must rest eternally. There is no way a living being can avoid facing death, just like a ripe fruit is more prone to falling. An aged mortal is bound to die. Just like all earthen vessels break at some point, so do men, whether old or young, foolish or wise, death leaves none. The only way death works is by withdrawing the person from the living world. The person ceases to exist. No one has control over death. Neither father can save his son, nor a kinsman his relative. Just like an ox is taken to the slaughter house to be killed, so does death do with mortals, leaving none behind. Thus the one who knows this truth and does not grieve at his loss is the one who has been called wise by Lord Buddha. According to Lord Buddha, one should not grieve, weep, or be miserable at something which we bound to happen, for it will keep many a man away from obtaining peace of mind. It will only multiply the pain and suffering. Thus, leading to physical weakness, and moreover, no amount of grief would bring back the dead. It is very important to understand that one must move past feelings like sorrow and grief, as it is the only way that leads to the path of salvation. So students, wonderful message has been given by Lord Buddha. Listen it carefully and be positive. Yes. So students, we have completed this chapter. I will send the assignments. Do that and God bless you. Have a nice day.